Is
It's a
everybody
cigar.
gonna have a fucking cigarette on this podcast except for me? I'm gonna punch a goddamn hole in my wall.
Metal Gear.
Oh, fuck.
What are you doing, Jake? Come on, dude.
Oh my fucking god, dude. If I had any kind of self-control, I would have a single cigarette with you all right now. But if I had one, I would be smoking like 24 cigarettes a day starting tomorrow.
Correct. This is Drop In, Drop Out, the weekly podcast where a mix of 7 gamers come together for an open and engaging conversation all about video games. Tonight, we have so many new releases to talk about. We got Metal Gear, Delta, Snake Eater. We got Kirby in the Forgotten Lands. We got Gears of War Reloaded, Jake? Reloaded?
Yeah.
We got
think
Lumines Arise. We got Shinobi, Art of Vengeance. We got a lot of games to talk about. But before we do any of that, who's going to be talking about those games? Obviously, myself, your host, Patrick, but also joining the panel this week, my favorite member of Dido, Jerica Hannah, a.k.a. Jerica Chew. Jerica, how you doing?
I've been slithering my way through these swamps and
Yeah?
just hitting every booby trap this week. That's how I am.
Good. It's not good. I think the point is to not hit the booby traps, I believe.
Yeah, but I just can't see. And I realize how great this game is at camouflaging every fucking thing. So,
Sure.
10 out of 10.
Well, you couldn't miss him if you tried. Also joining us, Jake Twitchin with that big old head of his. Jake, how you doing?
God.
The head is big as fuck. I'm doing really well, man. I'm up to this noggin in video games, and it's a good week.
You've
good week to be
been
busy.
Playing some games.
I think I played everything on the list today. Yeah. Even Shinobi, you're not expecting that as well.
I'm not. That's a surprise. Yeah. We're going to have a little secret conversation about Shinobi. How about that? This is Drop In, Drop Out. As I previously said, tonight we have a lot of fun things to talk about. God damn it. It did it again. What does this computer want from me? It keeps taking people's videos off, but we're back. We're back. Don't scream. Don't cry. We're back. We have some other things to talk about, though. How about, Jerica, your video game book club just wrapped up Tiny Bookshop. Have we said what's next?
We have.
What is it?
You know, technically next week or the week after next, we are like doing like an in-between podcast. And I'm going to be honest, I forgot what game we're doing with that.
Okay.
So disregard that.
Okay.
Coming soon, we'll announce it. But the next big game, when Kayla's back in town, when the girl's back in town, we're revisiting her favorite game of all time. And I think that's Titanfall 2. I've never played it.
Sick as fuck.
Clickerbait fans, hold your fucking purses. Kayla's favorite game of all time is Titanfall 2. Jesus Louises.
It depends on what show we're on.
Sure.
We're flexible.
Also, speaking of Jesus, Mafia: The Old Country, we were supposed to do a review and a spoiler cast this week, but I was not able to. And so we are rescheduling that to early next week. Keep your eyes and ears peeled. We're going to be joined by friends of the show, the homie Gianni DeCrosta and Shay Noel. Is it going to be the first time we've ever had guests on Drop In, Drop Out? Maybe. And then also Hot Dog Jamboree. I've seen a couple people in the chat. I just pinned someone's chat on accident. Coalmine says Jinx, it's pinned for now. Or Kayla said that. Somebody gave some Jamboree points, but it happened a while ago. Now I can't find it. What are you doing if you're not throwing some points into the Hot Dog Jamboree, just like the Dan Good Show just did? If you're watching right now or listening right now and saying, what is the Hot Dog Jamboree? Jake, tell him.
Excellent question. The Hot Dog Jamboree, you got that right. Is going to be our second community night, essentially. We did Halo the first time, and it was an absolute blast, and we're looking for things that we can have. We don't want to do things with just us for multiplayer. We want everybody in. So we're doing Fall Guys. We're going to have hot dog costumes in Fall Guys outside of Fall Guys. You can only guess who might have a hot dog costume on hand, ready to go.
Not me! Sorry.
And we'll all be smashing down as many glizzies as we can. It's going to be a blast.
God, I love that. The glizzy smash. The hashtag
I'm going to make a hot dog water margarita.
Interesting.
Ooh, that scares me, actually.
That could be good. It could be good.
The Dan Good Show in the chat says, when Dido says jump, I say how high. I say be on standby, everyone in the community, to play some Fall Guys with us at the Hot Dog Jamboree. But that's not tonight, Jerica. Tonight,
Dang.
Jake, we're going to talk about a whole bunch of new releases. And I'd be remiss if I didn't want to kick us off with some Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. This game, dude, I am having a fucking
You keep
blast.
going.
So, as some history, I played every Metal Gear that's ever been released but Snake Eater for some reason. Jake, what is your history with Metal Gear?
I had never played a Metal Gear up until a year and a half ago when I started Metal Gear Solid 1 because of the announcement of Metal Gear Solid Delta. I was like, I don't want to go and play these out of... I'm a big release order guy. I'm not watching the prequels first. You know, I'm going Star Wars Episode 4, even though that's a retcon title. You know, I'm going to New Hope, Empire, Jedi, then Phantom Menace.
Sure.
So I played through in its entirety Metal Gear Solid 1 and Metal Gear Solid 2, and then I played the opening 4 hours of... 2 hours of Metal Gear Solid 3 on PS2. Just to kind of wet the whistle, see what was going on, so I could have a frame of reference for when I started Delta. That was probably about 6 months ago now.
That first of all, can I just say I love a wet whistle? But Jerica coming back on camera with not only Snake's bandana, but also a mullet ? And a cigarette.
Yeah, what was that? I don't know. Just
I
out
can
of my
match you
finger,
there.
like it happens in the game.
Is everybody gonna have a fucking cigarette on this podcast except for me? I'm gonna punch a goddamn hole in my wall.
Metal Gear.
Oh, fuck.
What are you doing, Jake? Come on, dude.
Oh my fucking god, dude. If I had any kind of self-control, I would have a single cigarette with you all right now. But if I had one, I would be smoking 24 cigarettes a day starting tomorrow.
Correct. I believe that. I completely believe that.
A lot.
Jerica, what's your history with this game and the franchise? I forget.
Well, funny enough, this is the Metal Gear Solid 3 is the only Metal Gear I've ever played. It was my first and my only one I've ever beaten. So I think I got all the story I need from one single game, though. But I get told multiple times that I'm missing a lot from Metal Gear Solid 2, which I know. Don't ask me to explain the whole story here because there's a lot of clones and a lot of characters that I don't know if they're actually themselves or not.
Sure.
But I know how the story pans out. I know what the grand, I think the idea is here. But yeah, it's the first Metal Gear game I've ever played, first Kojima game. So I'm really connected to Snake Eater, obviously, for that reason. And also just really excited to watch my girlfriend play through it and see some of the cutscenes because this game's bonkers and it's so much fucking fun to play. It's so much fun.
Oh my god.
To say this game is bonkers is somehow an understatement. But Jake, sorry, what were you saying?
I just want to make sure that I don't get spoiled here because I'm taking my playthrough of the Metal Gear series. I have very few big budget series like this that I am not fucked on as far as lore and pop culture zeitgeist knowledge and stuff like that goes. And Metal Gear Solid 4 and 5 and slicey one with Future Man. I don't know anything about. Yeah. So I don't want to have any stumble it's not as good as 5 when this happens. Don't fuck me here.
Sure.
Jake,
I won't fuck you.
It's impossible. It's impossible to spoil you on this game. I think it truly is. On anything this story is trying to tell and the grand timeline.
I don't disagree. Actually I've played all of them, but I've never played Metal Gear Rising Revengeance either because that one isn't often counted as part of the true canon. I mean it is, but it is technically, but your average conversation about Metal Gear is not going to include bits from that specific game. But yeah, I think I've talked about this on the podcast before. The first one I played for some reason is 4, which is the culmination of the entire franchise. And I remember playing that, and it took me a while to get into it, partially because I was just so confused about what was happening. But by the end of it, I was like, well, this is fucking unbelievable. I don't understand any of it, but I'm so fucking in. And then I went and played through all of them. And then I finally got to 3. I don't even know what kind of order I was doing, but I was just kind of burnt out by that point, and then I just never got around to it. And then once there were rumblings about a remake, I was like, oh, perfect. I don't need to, quote unquote, waste my time playing the original when they're coming out with a new one. And honestly, I'm so glad that I did that, because this remake or remaster, whatever we're calling it, I think it's got to be a remake, right?
It's a remake, yes.
Is so impressive. It is there. I love it when Halo Master Chief Collection did this, when it lets you go between like OG and the new. Now they do it in a little bit of a different way. It's still, well, you can go to the OG version and it's still the new version, but it's all the original controls and the original camera angles of the original game, just with the new graphics, which was awesome, and I love it. But I do prefer the over the camera view. But I'm getting ahead of myself. This game is so fucking good, and I can't stop playing it. I'm pretty close to finishing it. I maybe like, I looked at like a chapter breakdown situation. I'm probably like an hour away from credits, maybe an hour and a half if I were to guess. But Game of the Year discussion for 2025 is in trouble, Jake.
I don't know. Are we on the table for Game of the Year?
I mean Resident Evil 4 was last year.
Yeah, I'd say so. I think Resident Evil 4,
whenever that was,
as true to its predecessor as this is. This feels so close. I don't know. In a lot of ways, it feels close. In a lot of ways, it feels distant. I think it's fine to have on the Game of the Year list for sure. I'm putting Tony Hawk on mine this year if it stays, if things don't get fucking crazy. But that's, I feel like there's enough change there. But yeah, I am over the moon about how fucking batshit insane the story and the characters for this game are. And I was left a little bit wanting in Metal Gear Solid. People love Metal Gear Solid 2, I feel like. And I think I like Metal Gear Solid 1 more than 2. And the reason that I liked Metal Gear Solid 1 more than Metal Gear Solid 2 was because of the fucking rogues gallery of villains that they had. Like Vulcan fucking Rave, like so many absolute Psycho Mantis, like iconic characters. And don't get me wrong, I love Vamp, but Metal Gear Solid 3 has some very good fucking freakos.
I'm really enjoying
it.
Metal Gear Solid 3 is so fucking good. Here's what I'll say. If you can't tell, I've had a little bit of alcohol tonight, but I'm feeling good. I'm feeling in control.
Right.
Sounds like something someone would say if they're not.
Yeah. Say it more.
I have complete control of the situation. I think this game doesn't get enough hype. I think, and Metal Gear Solid 3 gets a lot of fucking hype, but the rogues gallery of Metal Gear Solid 3, the fear, the end, the sorrow, the pain, the fury, Jake, are you kidding me?
The boss.
Unbelievable.
Don't forget the boss.
Unfucking believable. Is anybody comfortable enough giving a score yet?
Yeah.
What do you think, Jerica?
So I have to compare it to, which is sort of dumb, like when I first played it and I was like in high school, like when I played this game. And, you know, like I remember, and I still can't believe even at that time that I played through this and beat it. Like just a teenage me, imagine, you know, I don't know if you can imagine that. You know, I'm into other stuff too. And just sitting down there and playing this batshit crazy game when I could be out with my friends, partying, drinking, doing whatever you do in a small town in Alabama. But instead, I'm staying in my room at all night playing this game because I'm obsessed with just crazy and weird. And like, I don't really know all that they're trying to tell me about history and war, but I'm just interested in this guy that keeps going, you know?
Yes!
Like, I was obsessed with the pizzazz and the showing and like, and I talked about this in when I was streaming it the other day, just like, it's just so silly, but at the same time, how can Kojima make something so fucking cool and just over the top? It's just like he focuses on small details that just don't need 30 minutes dedicated to a guy slinging his little revolver and then like meowing to the sky, but he does that so often. So like, and on the flip side, this is a remake. And sure. I think a remake needs its own kind of review category at this point. It's sort of not fair to give it a review score because the game has come out and they just have made it something you could play on your current gen console, because it literally is a remake. It is the same for same situation, which I appreciate. I want the game to still feel a little dated. I want it to feel like when I was playing on my PlayStation, like years ago, 20 years ago almost now. And I'm glad they did that. So as a remake review, like they hit all the points, and they even added a few other features, like, you know, with the legacy mode or this new and improved way of playing. So like as a remake review, like I give it a 10 out of 10. This is a perfect remake. This is what I like from a remake. You know, I like to have a few extra things, but don't change the story. Don't mess with what I experienced long ago, but make it something that will run very well on my PlayStation 5. So, and that's
Sure.
for me, 10 out of 10 on a
Hell yeah.
remake scale. Game
Sure.
of the year scale, it's not on my list for that, for sure.
Sure.
And not because it's bad. It's just like, that's just like my personal taste with like putting remakes on lists. And
sure.
I don't think it makes the cut with all the other games this year.
Fair. Let me ask you one more question about scores, Jerica.
Okay.
Let's say someone like me who's never played this game before, maybe somebody walks into an EB Games and they pick up Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater off the shelf in that beautiful PS5 box. They don't know it's a remake. They just think it's a new video game. What score would you give it as its own individual thing?
Oh, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 still.
It's incredible. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Let's go.
Game's awesome. It's so cool. Like,
yeah,
that's the first game I ever played like this that took like camouflage effects and like that ability and like those ways of sneaking around that I've ever played. And unfortunately, like I said, I've never played Metal Gear Solid. Well, I technically have played Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2, but I haven't played them all the way through. But no, like for its time, like I can't. It sucks for me, and maybe y'all can help here because I haven't played 1 or 2. I really can't tell on like what they've truly what did they revolutionize? What was the new shtick in this game compared to the other ones? And I just feel like it is like the camouflage and like being able to sneak around and like changing your outfit so you match the environment. Like I feel like that was probably a big deal.
The like pseudo survival elements were new to the franchise. Like you could eat in previous games as like a way to get back health, but there wasn't like this kind of a stamina bar in the other ones where you'll be, whenever you do things like swim, or even if you're like, you know, using a sniper rifle, things that would take more of your stamina, I guess, that eats
and eating to refill that, and like as far as like healing yourself, like making sure you have enough bandages, you need to have your cigar to burn off the leeches. Like that's some wild stuff. That's like what we do back home. You gotta get a cigar to burn that leech off your body.
Exactly
Never seen that in a game.
I also feel like from what I remember now, so what I remember, but also now that I have the context of this game because I hadn't played it before, this game I think was Kojima after doing 1 and 2 of being like, okay, I want to go what I interpret as full Hollywood in this game, because it very much feels like this is more than 1 and 2 his version of a James Bond fucking espionage movie that happens to take place in Vietnam in the jungle. And like, but it's just like, it's so Control in the chat says it's so over the top that in any other franchise it would be off-putting, but for Metal Gear Solid it's right at home and it's so good. And I totally agree with that. The like the level of camp on display here, maybe it's recency for me because I just haven't played another Metal Gear in so long, but it feels like this one is on another level than other Metal Gear games of just being so absurd. And it fucking
anime too. It's so anime core. Like it, like revisiting it, I'm like, God damn, it was just so deep and like, ugh. I just heard you talking the whole time, Patrick, in your little voice. I could just hear you doing not the same one, but I was like, Patrick can do this voice. I'm pretty sure.
David Hayter is doing an anime ass performance in this game, for sure. Well, Eva, I just don't know that you think. He's just like up and down and up and down. It's like this guy is fucking swinging for the fences, and I'm so glad.
R1 to look at titties.
It's come on, dude.
It doesn't say that, but I did hit it R1. Yeah.
I know Jake did.
Okay.
I don't know.
Jake, what else? What would you give it a score right now?
Yeah. I think I'm at like a 9 on it. I feel like, but I liked your question about if I went into EB Games and just grabbed this off the shelf, what would I give it? And I think that like I think I'd be a little harsher on it. I think that the game is like so good, but it's such a unique and almost acquired taste isn't quite what I would say it, but it's like a special game. It's like a video game that is like perfect with an asterisk. Like it's perfect in a very weird and
Hmm.
unique way, where by like a third person shooter or like a stealth game standard, it's got its opportunities, or it just functions a little in a weird way, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But I think in some ways, like it's kind of weird from like a gameplay perspective is the only thing that I'm saying, especially in
Even
2025.
Sure.
that's what I was
That's
saying.
fair.
Like if trying to review it for its time, because it's a remake, because it
Yeah.
didn't change anything. But if this was gonna be something like I could have whatever I want, like yeah, I would love for them to change up the gameplay a little bit, like match along the lines with like Metal Gear Solid 5, like that feeling of and maybe control of the character, because like it is hard to control because it's just the way you move around this world is dated. Like I don't think you would see this kind of type of movement and action like in a current, like even speaking to like Death Stranding, even though like Kojima's moving on and doing new things now, but like I don't think that for the game what it was at the time, like that's why I would still give it a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's
I
unique.
think from like a innovation standpoint too, I don't think when you asked about what did they change, what was the big like upgrade, and really it's just like the stealth and the camouflage, because I want to say Metal Gear Solid was 2001 and Metal Gear Solid 3 was 2004. There's only a 3-year turnaround on those games, and there's not a whole lot changed, all things considered, as far as gameplay. And honestly, you could argue that from 97 or 96 when MGS1 to 2001 with MGS2, there wasn't all that much changed either. And that's not, I'm not knocking it, don't fix what's not broken or anything like that, but I don't think it like moves the needle in any like crazy way. But I feel like I'm painting a picture that's incorrect of my opinion on the game, though, because I'm so over the fucking moon about playing it moment to moment and progressing from story beat to story beat. I spent an hour lost in a fucking cave yesterday, and I
Yeah,
had the
I got
time of my life inside there. Like I was just having a fucking blast. The
kicking
only thing that I
crabs and
want
eating
to, the
bats.
wildlife
Yeah.
is fucking me up bad. I am terrified of snakes. And
Sure.
I didn't think about this until the day it came out. I was like, oh my God, there's a ton of snakes in this game. And now that it's realistic, it's probably going to fuck me up bad. And it has. But I'm getting jump
Oh,
scared. It's a whole situation.
oh, I didn't know you were that scared of snakes.
Oh, I hate them.
Do you have
Oh no.
snakeophobia, whatever that phobia is?
Yeah.
Sure, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even like looking at, like, I'll give you a perfect example. On, like, Survivor, if I'm watching Survivor and they're
Sure.
talking and they're having, like, a conversation, Survivor does that thing where it'll, like, cut to, like, some wildlife. It'll show a tree branch, and all of a sudden, yeah, a fucking snake will slither onto the scene, and then they'll cut back to the character. And when that happens, I get snake jump scared, and I go, oh! And I have to, like,
Sure.
look away. My
Oh,
butthole puckers up the whole 9 yards. It makes me fucked up.
Let's go back
Yeah.
to your butthole for
No
a
good.
second.
Sure.
oh, this
No,
is
Was that my
you ever do
butthole?
that with your lips? You're
That-
like, that's an anus.
that's
Yeah.
Jake's butthole specifically.
Hmm.
Ryan asks if we can have a butthole cam
Sure.
for the right price.
You already bought one.
That's true.
Mhm.
All I gotta do is, oh boy, Conquer just fell.
Yay!
Just open him up. Just point it right there.
There it is. Perfect.
I love that. Yeah, I'm somewhere a little bit below Jerica and above Jake, probably, where I would probably land at like a 9 for this. Because I do think, Jerica, you make a great point about there are things that feel out of date with this game, even though they've given it
Oh, there's a
updated
lot.
controls.
Yeah.
The lack of a sprint, the lack of like that kind of thing. And just some of the systems in general. And I do also have to come clean, to use a Kingdom Heartsism, Jake, that I
Sure.
come clean.
We'll
Right?
give
Isn't
that.
that the song?
We'll give you that one.
Yeah, thanks. Simple and clean, not come clean. It's simple and clean.
Right.
Thank you very much. Thanks for giving this to me.
Mm-hmm.
I have been just killing everybody. I'm not trying to be stealthy at all in this playthrough. And
Same.
I hope that I have time to do a second playthrough now that I understand all the things and actually try to be stealthy. And there have been a few times that I've tried to be stealthy, but I have just been on a murder rampage as Snake. Jack, who I didn't realize his name was Jack. And it's been very fun. But I do think that I am robbing myself a little bit of the experience, not doing the proper espionage that
Yes, you
Kojima
are.
wants me to be doing. I am.
He wants you to do that. He wants you to shoot those beehives out, hit the people with them, and be strategic.
Which I understand. I'm at a place in my life that it's fun to not go by the rules. Jerica. I hope you understand.
That's also, yeah.
Any standout moments from this game that we want to talk about that aren't particularly spoilery?
Can I talk about the first 3 times we see Ocelot Revolver?
Yes, that's it. That's all I wanted to mention.
Ocelot.
Character, my favorite.
That intro for him is so sick, and like putting it together for the first time too, that's Ocelot after playing fucking 1 and 2 and having the through line of seeing him and like Snake giving his fucking like more of a revolver type. Like, oh, it's so on the fucking nose and ridiculous.
The whole conversation,
the amount of like, yes.
Like the whole conversation when afterwards, like when they meet up with Ava or when she's introduced finally, and like fucking they're just like, he's like looking at the gun and like talking about it so much. He's just obsessed with the gun. I'm like, are you gonna fuck the gun or like what's gonna happen here, man? And then like later on when he's talking to Ocelot again, they're just the back and forth they're just having over technique is just like just fuck already. Damn. That's all I can think.
More so than other Kojima games, this game has a thing where Kojima read a fucking article or a magazine about a thing. He learned some facts and then he was like, I want to put that in dialogue. And he's done it his whole career, but I feel like it's the most egregious it is here and so far that I have seen in Snake Eater, where you're like, oh, this is a metal brushed finish on this gun, which means that blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, Kojima, you read a thing. We get it. Okay. It's so silly, but I love it so much.
It is absolutely fucking insane. The Eva thing is one thing, but then my favorite thing so far, probably the biggest that I've like popped for like campy, ridiculous, stupid moment is when okay, help me out with the name. Who controls the bees?
Hornet? No.
Is it the Pain?
Is he the? I think that's
Pain.
The Pain.
It might be the Pain. The fucking Pain interrupts your fight with Revolver Ocelot and he swarms the bees on him and Revolver starts fucking spinning his guns to kill the bees around him. There's
like 40 seconds of you watching that too. It's a long cutscene.
Yes, it's so good.
There are so many moments like that. God. There's one moment that I don't want to talk about, but I will. There's a moment in which someone is trying to figure out someone's identity and they do something that is so fucking crazy. And the thing he does gets like, he figures it out by doing that is it's like,
oh my God,
a moment of the year.
Is it what they do in Metal Gear Solid 2 has something just like that I am thinking of.
Well, tell me what happens in Metal Gear Solid 2, because I don't remember.
In Metal Gear Solid 2, the fucking secretary or something, when you find him in the bottom of the tanker, is like he's trying to confirm that I think it's Raiden or maybe it's Snake. He just grabs him by the fucking dick and balls to find out.
Okay, so it's a callback, I guess. Okay. I don't remember that in 2. My jaw was on the floor playing, and it goes on for like 50 seconds, and he's like, who the fuck are you? And it's like, it's so good. Very, very fucking good. Any other final thoughts on Metal Gear before we move on to our next game?
Any flack? Is it catching any flack for being like a product of its time this week? I was wondering if anyone was going to have a bad time with like this is a very 2004 video game.
Oh, sure.
Dialogue and sexualization of women, etc. The pinup fucking posters of who turned out to be like softcore porn stars, pinup girl equivalents.
I wouldn't know.
I guess in Japan. Oh, I googled on stream.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And then same thing like Gears 2. Like Gears is pretty like 2006 fucking y'all go, man. Is anyone talking shit about Cliffy B and Kojima this week?
I haven't really seen anything, but to be honest, like my perspective on it, to be completely clear, like, you know, a product of its time, and I'm not giving it a pass because at times I'm like, oh, come on. But with everything else in the game, like it's just its thing. So I let it, and not that I'm letting it slide, but I let it slide. Like it's a
Sure.
part of the charm in this game. I don't ever
Sure.
feel it's taken a different direction. Like as a lady playing this game, like I don't feel a certain way about it. It's not like it's in every single game to this extent, different times, but you know, we've have our moments in some of Kojima's games. But I also watch a lot of anime, and with Japanese storytelling and different thing. Like I've watched some anime that I'm just like, okay, that's the sixth ass I've seen, and there's titties in my face every scene. It's just the thing, and it's like fan servicey, but I think Kojima like blends it well to the point where I don't even feel like it's fan servicey. It's just part of this.
It almost feels like
charm.
commentary to me, where like
it does, yeah.
What he's doing is, or what he was doing in 2005 or whatever, was doing like his interpretation of this kind of 80s actiony movie. I mean, fucking Snake he's shirtless half the game with his fucking tits out, just glistening in sweat. So Ava like crawls over to him and like meows a little bit too. It's like, this is just the vibe that this game is making. But I get it. But so far, really, I was afraid that it was going to be all over Twitter when I go into camouflage for the first time and I see that there's black face paint and I don't see anything else. But then I realized the purpose is like to use it at night but it's like, ooh, they should have had like
I'm so glad you set that up, because when I was streaming it and I saw that, and I almost you saw if you go back and watch my stream, I saw my face and I'm just like, oh, not gonna draw attention to that. I'm not, it's too early to talk about why this might be not the best idea.
Jerica and I having polar opposite reactions to what to do when we see that on stream.
It was too early for that. Like
what?
I was like, oh no. No one consider. I mean, I get it, but like, yeah.
Control referencing an old Jake Twitchin stream from like a week ago. Clapton would be proud, he says.
Oh god. Don't look up Eric Clapton's Wikipedia page.
Yeah, dude. I learned along with everyone else in Jake's chat that night that Eric Clapton was certified fucking piece of shit. Oh my
the worst of the worst. Eliminate from the planet.
I had one thing that has nothing to do with this conversation that this reminded me of. Takes 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Has nothing to do with video games, but Nutter Butters. If you've ever were interested in their social media, go on Instagram and follow the Nutter Butters account. Saw that last night. Blown away with what I saw. That's all I'll say.
Look,
we are not sponsored by them.
Instagram is peak. I just was afraid that the last thing we talked about was Eric Clapton in blackface. That the thing that made you think of. I was just really afraid for a second.
I didn't know exactly. I'm unaware of this. Now I am, but it just made me think of something else I've seen on the internet, and that's where my brain went. The Nutter Butters Instagram account.
I just got a Nutty Buddy, not Nutter Butter, Nutty Buddy ice cream flavor the other day. Pretty fucking good.
Sara Lee, dude.
I'll have to try that out. Those are divine.
I have no idea. Oh, I'm playing through the entire game shirtless, naked camo. It's so good.
I'm doing
it's the best body ever in a video game. Would you agree that this is the best body in a video game?
Oh my god.
Add that to the game of the year category, our personal game of the year.
Best bod. Write that
down.
Best
bod of 2025.
High Score Weekly. Write that down. You're the first name I saw in the chat.
Write that down.
So we have a lot of video games to talk about tonight.
So vascular.
So I think we're done with Metal Gear. I want to pull the car over for a second. And bring something that we hadn't planned on talking about until a few minutes before the show. Paging one Cognitive Clips. Are you there, sir?
You know how you call him? Metroid.
There he is. We don't have him on camera, but we do have a picture of him. Jake and Jerica, you're not going to see Cog, but the chat does see a picture of Cog.
I see him.
Shinobi. Art of Vengeance? Question mark?
Art of Vengeance.
Art of Vengeance?
Exclamation point.
Exclamation point. Thank you. I couldn't remember if it was Art of Vengeance or something else of Vengeance. I believe Jake and Cog have been playing Shinobi. Is this true?
Yeah, I played the demo. I played 45-minute demo. Yes.
Nice. And Cog, you're at least 75 minutes in because I saw your YouTube video.
Correct. So I does the demo stop after that first stage, right? Where you fight the demon monkey?
I believe so.
Okay, yeah. So I played. There was like a short. It is a stage, but there is a a little level that's after that that's only like a few minutes long, and then I played the next full mission after that. That's another like 35-40 minute mission. So that's about as far as I've gotten so far, and fantastic.
Hell yeah.
Just absolutely loving this game, dude. Like I can't remember which Shinobi game it was, but I remember that my brother and I had it for our Game Gear. Game Gear. And it was really, really good. And man, it is just slinging those retro vibes right at you. The art style is phenomenal. Like everything about it is just at 11 right now for me.
Ooh, 11 out
I
of
just like
10?
that demo, Jake.
It was really good. I think the biggest difference, they were smart to drop the demo because the demo is, to my knowledge, still available everywhere. I played it a little while ago, but that game dropping at the same time as Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, where Ninja Gaiden is kind of more of a household name right now, I feel like is smart because Ragebound, I don't believe has it. I'm not positive about that. Either way,
it has a
if you
demo
compare these
because I
two
played
games-
it and I was like, I see the appeal, but I don't think I'm actually going to pick up the full game for it. But then I played the demo
Ragebound
for
is like-
Shinobi, and I was like, oh, this is some
Yeah.
cock stuff.
Ragebound is very like traditional in its like graphical style, and a lot of its like, I would say, like gameplay sensibilities. Whereas Shinobi seems like it's going full modern, and the art style is so fucking silky smooth. It is so fucking slick. That game is dripping in style. I like it much more than I like Ninja Gaiden from what I played of it.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, I played both those demos, and the one that I walked away from wanting the full experience for was Shinobi. I think I dropped it in the Discord or maybe in an earlier episode of Dido, but the art style reminds me a lot of Bo Path of the Teal Lotus, but it was like me and 12 other people that played that game, judging by how they got shut down like a week later. So, thankfully the art style lives on somewhere else because it deserves to. I think they show off in the trailer is like that first kind of, I forget what it's called in the game, but like, for lack of a better term, like your ultimate attack where he like just like basically goes Super Saiyan and like slams his fist on the ground and like burns this whole bridge down and all the enemies with it. Insane. Absolutely insane. Like you have to go, like, again, if you haven't played the demo for yourself and you just want to just watch people play it, either go to Jake's. Did you play it on stream or no?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, yeah. Go to Jake's stream, go to my VOD on my channel because it's you want to check this one out for sure.
I'm on your VOD right now, giving you a sweet, sweet view.
Oh, thanks, Dad.
How about that? So I'm gonna play this game, and I really hope that I don't regret it because so many times I've picked up a game in this style, like maybe this is the one because it's so fucking pretty, and then I just can't like not Bo. What was the other one? Nine Souls. I tried Nine Souls, couldn't get past the first like stage. It's just like it's just not for me.
Yeah.
But
what are we thinking for like in terms of difficulty? Did I'm just gonna say, and I said it the other day. I played Hollow Knight, and it wasn't too bad yet, and I sort of had fun with it. So, could I play this if I can play the beginning of Hollow Knight?
Yeah, Hollow Knight it does ramp up a bit after the intro, after the first couple hours, but for Shinobi so far, not only has it been pretty fair, like I died a couple times, and I left it in the VOD. I'm not a liar, okay? It's there. You can see me die and retry. But on top of that, it has difficulty settings too. So if you like the vibe, but you're thinking that it is too tricky, then just turn on some difficulty, or turn it down, turn on some accessibility, whatever. Because they've got that from the jump.
Hell yeah.
The only thing that I've really noticed that I'm struggling with is for anyone who doesn't know, it's like obviously you are like a Shinobi, like a katana wielding, shuriken throwing dude in a full, ninja style getup. But there's like a military organization. It's like kind of modern times as well. There's like military organizations with like guns and tanks and stuff. And like this one enemy, it only takes like 2 hits to kill, but they fire off 3 rounds and then they reload. But like I'm having a hell of a time trying to dodge them all and like keep up my hit streak because like you get like the longer you keep up your hit streak, you can kind of get some bonuses that come in if you have like certain things equipped, or you can unlock trophies if that's what you're hunting for getting like certain hit streaks in a row. So it's really annoying to get hit by one stupid little bullet, because at least as far as I am right now, there's no way to like deflect them. I just have to dodge them or like jump over them. So, but that's like the most minor of gripes. It's really, really cool. Once you get in that flow of it with the combat, like stringing your combos together and your little tricks and stuff. Oh, it's some good stuff.
I have two questions for you. One from Coal Mines and one from me. I'm going to do Coal Mines question first. Is this a Metroidvania? Sure.
Very, very light.
Okay.
So kind of what it's doing is, I feel like this has been a thing in the past. I just can't pinpoint another example. So if you find one in your brain, please say it. But like it'll do this thing where like you play through the first stage and you notice little barriers that you can't get past yet.
Sure.
But you don't actually get, everything's sectioned off into stages, so you don't actually have that ability by the time you beat the boss and go on to the next stage. And so basically what it's doing, it's kind of Metroidvania-esque in the sense that like if you want to get all the treasure chests and like all the hidden little bonuses and the levels, then yes, you will have to go back and replay once you get those abilities, but you don't have to, from what I'm understanding. And like you'll get what you need to play through each stage. So like in that third stage I mentioned, I got a new ability that I needed to traverse and like get through that stage specifically. And like if I wanted to, I could take it back to the first stage and find another secret that I missed because I couldn't get there yet. But since it's broken up into stages, it's not like a traditional Metroidvania where you had like loop back and find the shortcuts in one huge interconnected thing. It's all like sectioned off. So if that answers the question.
I think it does.
So it's like a Metroidvania but tolerable.
Oh my god.
My question for you, Cog, it's evolved into two questions. My first question is, if I didn't like Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, am I gonna not like this game too?
I wouldn't say that, because again, like the traversal mechanics are kind of similar. You're hopping around with swords and you're kicking off walls and all that stuff, but like again, Lost Crown was a straight up Metroidvania, like one huge interconnected map and all that stuff, and like you couldn't do certain things, so you got the abilities. So like if you dig it where you can just get into the next stage and just find what you need for that stage, and almost like a Zelda temple, like classic Zelda temple where like you need the hook shot to get through the temple, and then you find the hook shot in the temple, and then you can go on your way. Like that's more the vibe for the stages in this game that I'm picking up on. So if I guess it really depends on what turned you off of Lost Crown. Was it the whole huge interconnected map thing, or was it like the 2D side-scrolling action platforming? Like, because that's what this is. I mean, it's 2D side-scroll, melee attacks, shurikens, and platforming. So if that's what you hated, then yeah, you're not going to really probably dig this. Okay. But
I'm going to have to do some.
If it was the actual if it was a full-blown Metroidvania thing that turned you off, then yeah, I'd say give this a shot still, because it's not quite the same.
And then my second question. Sure. Thank you. I appreciate that. Follow-up question, if I may. Do we know Shinobi's politics, Jordan? That's a long silence. This is not good.
I think Joe Musashi would. I think he would say "Free Palestine" if he actually spoke words.
If he spoke
instead of just anime grunts.
I forgot his name was Joe Musashi. That's so fucking funny,
dude. Like High School Weekly helped me out here, because I think I actually did look it up once, because I remember as a kid, like Ninja Gaiden 1, like the one like for Xbox, like with Ryu, like I remember being like, Ryu's father, Joe Hayabusa. I'm like, what? How do you go from Ryu to Joe? But apparently, like, it's Joe is an actual name in Japanese, and it's spelled more like J and then like an O with a caret over top of it. It's not like Joe, like short for Joseph, and it actually means something. But like they just kind of westernize it for us idiots over here. But like, it does crack me up whenever I just see like, the fearless Shinobi, Joe.
I like it a lot. I played so much Shinobi on the Sega Genesis. I think I'm going to pick this game up, and I hope I like it.
Yeah, like I said, dude, Jordan, like free demo.
Free demo
everywhere for people who want to check it out, or again, watch the gameplay if you don't even want to download a free demo. If you're that lazy, just watch
75 minutes on youtube.com/@cognitive-clips. You know what I'm saying?
There it is.
I
you plugged me so good. You did. I love that.
You know I would. Jordan, aka Cognitive Clips, thanks for giving us the hands-on report of Shinobi Art of Vengeance. Any final thoughts?
I don't think so. Like I said, I'm really, really digging it. Can't wait to jump back in some more.
Hell yeah. Next up, as we say goodbye to Jordan and wave at the camera,
Bye.
Kirby. Who's been playing Kirby?
We're really good at that. Me.
Tell me about it.
Oh my god. First off, it's so weird that the games that are coming out this week, there's just two very similar titles. We have Metal Gear and Gears of War. And we have Star Crossed World. Or is that what it's called? Star Crossed World and Sonic Crossroads.
Yeah.
Oh, Sonic is this week. It actually comes out this week.
No, the beta starts in 3 hours. Open beta all weekend though. All systems crossplay enabled.
I can't wait.
Playable Joker from Persona, bro. Guess you don't even like video games.
I played
Basically, if you're not playing this, you hate Persona.
Well, I played the first fucking beta, and I had the opposite of fun the entire time I played the game.
Oh yeah, that's so weird because
Is
I
it
played
beta?
it and I had unlimited fun.
Are you able to squat up?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you might want to count me in on this if you're getting some
telling you.
action. I'm down.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be sick. This game's got legs. All right, this is about
I'm
Kirby.
willing to give it
Kirby.
another shot, but let's talk about Kirby.
I think you should. Yeah, Kirby Star Cross World. I played it today for about, I think, close to 3 hours, like 2 hours 45 minutes. A little slow because I'd be yapping a little bit, but I think I presume I'm about halfway through this DLC now at that time frame. And I am over the fucking moon at how good the vibes are. And here's the thing that I need to like preface with everything that I say here. I am so thoroughly unsure what I should give credit to, whether it should be this Star-Crossed World DLC or the fact that I just haven't played this really jolly Kirby game in a few years, because I don't know what the fuck is new and what the fuck is old. I don't know if I've had this power up before in my life or if it's a brand new power up. Same with the mouthful mode. I'm like, have I ever been a gear before?
I think there are some new things that you can put or get a mouthful of in the extra stuff that I've been reading about, because I haven't beaten the original games. That's where I started today, just replaying it. Also, I didn't save my save from my Switch, so I had to start over no matter what. I was just happy to get back in, by the way, just to get the Switch 2 version, and I'm sort of glad that I fell off of it so I can get back to it like I did with Zelda. But I think there are some new mouthfuls in the
I think you're right too, because some of it feels like it I've never experienced this before. Specifically that gear that I was talking about is so fucking rad. Very cool gameplay mechanics there. But man, it is just such a fucking carefree and relaxing video game. And I remember talking about this, I think on a recent podcast, about how I remember this game came out around the same time that Elden Ring came out, because there was a time frame in which I was playing both of them, and I remember being so fucking over my time in Elden Ring after a couple of those like 3 or 4 hour sessions where I was like, God, I was just in this fucking miserable land with everything pouring its guts out. Dude. Oh my God, it's so fucking like, it's so edgy for the sake of being edgy. No, you did great. You're among friends here. Edgy for the sake of being edgy, and I just fucking would be so checked out by the end of the fucking playthrough. I was like, I just need a palate cleanse. And then jumping into Kirby was just the best fucking feeling in the world. And I have nothing that I'm trying to cleanse my palate of right now, but jumping into this is bringing back all those same feelings and reminding me how much I did really like that first game.
Yeah.
It's good. It's a really solid game, like for them to step outside the comfort zone with Kirby and have like a new way of controlling this little guy and moving around a map. And trying some new things with platforming. Like, it's a solid game. I'm not ready to give it a score yet because like I just haven't played enough. But from what I do remember when I played it initially, because I played probably 5 to 8 hours of the game originally. I got pretty far. But I was always just sort of mesmerized by all the levels and just how fun it got. And I thought I was gonna be thrown by like the enemy or the boss fights and some of the mini bosses like being a little too boring, because it's a little easy at times. So I'm playing like on the difficulty that's a little like whatever. I think it's like easy, difficult, whatever, the harder difficulty. But even with that, just being like the one critique I have, like the platforming and exploring this world and like just seeing what you could put inside of Kirby's mouth and what could you do next is just so much fun to me. It's great. I love this game.
Sarah Shard in the chat asks a beautiful question. Would you say it's the bonanza of Kirby, Jerica?
That's a good question. I don't think it. I think you could still go further with Kirby. I don't think we've seen where Kirby could truly go. I think maybe Donkey Kong Bonanza maybe can open the doors for more Kirby experiences like that. I just don't know if the studio that's in charge of Kirby will ever push that momentum. Maybe this was a test. This game was a test to see, do people want more of Kirby in this kind of game? And I think we have so much potential. God, there's so much potential with Kirby.
I hope that you're right, because I didn't love this game when it first came out. I didn't dislike it. I just felt like it was very much like I was going through the motions, and it never. But I've also never had a strong connection to Kirby before, so that could also just be me. Like I never really played any Smash games, which I know Kirby's kind of like the face of Smash in a way. And I've only played a couple Kirby games outside of the Forgotten Lands. So I think I'm in the minority on that opinion. But Jake, would you say for someone like me who played the original game, but it didn't even make like my top 10 that year, do you think the upgrade is worth it so far in the 3 hours?
Oh, I can answer that.
Yeah, Jake?
By the way, if you're not ready to answer it, because, you know, I'm the tech lady, I would say, like, as far as, like, one of the things I was thrown off by, and I play my Switch, and my original Switch and my Switch 2 is still in very, like, TV mode. I'm never playing handheld. I don't prefer to play that way. I'd rather play with my big OLED screen in front of my face. And I remember playing it, though, a couple years ago whenever it came out, and I was like, ooh, 30 FPS. Bleh. Makes me want to throw up. I hate it. Anyone that can't tell a difference, I don't know what's wrong with your eyes. I'm not trying to be rude, but there's something off, Jake. There's something going on.
I can tell the difference. I just don't give a fuck.
Okay. Well, seeing the FPS improvement, because it's 60 FPS on Switch 2, like, it looks so much better. It's crisp. There's no like frame drops. Like I remember having some technical hiccups with the version that came on Switch. But this one, it's running smooth as butter. My roll is wet. Like, it is great. It's so good.
You would have played the original on your OLED Switch one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because that's how
I was playing on the TV
as well.
I was still playing on the TV because I could turn up True Motion on the TV, so it sort of emulates a better FPS. That's how I played all my Switch games. Tears of the Kingdom 2. So like, I was waiting for this upgrade. Now give me Pikmin. I need Pikmin 4. Switch 2 now. Then I'd be
nice.
Completed.
I think there are points in this game that it looks better than Donkey Kong Bonanza. Like, not as a whole, but I think it's doing a lot with its art style where it's tough to make that game like look that much better.
Yeah.
But to just round it out a little bit, upscale it, keep it really fucking smooth, and then add this really shimmery visual aesthetic that does take it slightly up a notch. It's obviously still same graphics engine. Everything is the same.
It's not 1080. Yeah, it's not 1080. It's 1440 or 4K. It's not 4K.
Yeah.
It's 1440, and it looks so much better. I didn't think just that would look as clear and crisp as it does, but I think to your point, it's because of the art style, what they're able to do with lighting. Like, looks really good.
For sure. In this one, they all sort of like have this theme where most of the levels kind of veer a little darker, I feel like, and they're kind of illuminated by this like glowy blue, which goes a long way. But I liked your question quite a bit about like, should you go back to it? And it is such a conundrum because I think there's some really interesting things to talk about with that. This game, for me, was fantastic. I loved the first one. I enjoyed my fucking time with it. I spent $60 on launch for it. So in this scenario, I'm able to jump back into that world and revisit it for $20. Now, you also have that opportunity for $20 to take another shot, but you didn't like it that much. So the question is really like, fuck, it would have been nice if they would have given you the patch for it that just bumped it up to 60 frames per second so you could just go and pick up where you left off and have that as an opportunity. But that would really cannibalize the sales of the most poorly named fucking video game of all time, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, Nintendo Switch 2 edition plus Star-Crossed World.
Sure.
Just fucking insane.
It's giving,
but the game's good. Yeah. I think there's a lot of levels. I think the game, maybe that can hurt it a little bit, but I don't know how long it takes to complete it. Jake, do you have like a roundabout like completion time? Like,
what I'm getting right now is that the game is two new levels are implemented into each of the worlds, and there are at least 4 worlds, maybe more.
There's a lot of game.
Who could tell? Yeah, I mean, I'm 3 hours in, and I'm only halfway through. I'm on level 6, and I'm pretty sure there's a dozen worlds, a dozen levels, if I'm thinking all said and done.
And I hear the progression gets much better in terms of like the puzzles and like how it sort of evolves and how it gets a little bit more fun and how you use your abilities like as you progress. Yeah. But maybe that comes a little too late for some folks. Like I don't remember that kind of moment yet when I was playing, so I want to see it to completion because I want to see what some of that stuff is at the end.
I've been pleasantly surprised with my onboarding back into this DLC. I feel like it is one that is handled elegantly, where it is a game that holds your hand less, but it still holds your hand a little bit. It goes by those old Nintendo properties of like, even if you're playing just the Star-Crossed World stuff, I think they knew that a lot of people were going to be hopping in and just playing the DLC, just paying the $20 for that upgrade, because this is, I think, the first or second best-selling Kirby game of all time. A lot of people are going to reinvest here if they're big Switch Nintendo, like first-party Nintendo fans. They ease you into those levels and they show you, this is what you're supposed to do. This is how you get the power up, and this is the properties of it. And then by the end of that very same level, they are busting your balls with it, as opposed to that's something that you would fucking see like many levels later. Like it's just like an accelerated process that you're getting into, which is nice because I'm always concerned that sometimes you hop into a DLC, like Sonic Frontiers is the one that I always go back to on this, where I didn't play Sonic Frontiers for 2 fucking years, and then they put out their DLC that had like playable Knuckles and Tails and Amy and like a bunch of fucking upgrades, but it all takes place after the main story, and it assumes that you were just mobbing for the last 16 hours playing Sonic Frontiers the whole time, a game with not very intuitive controls or tight controls, and it throws you into the most challenging levels of the fucking game. So I got in there and I just rammed my face against the wall for 2 hours, had a bad time, and quit that DLC. Whereas with this, the onboarding was so fucking fun. It's an easy breezy game in the first place, but the last thing that I want to say, we can get into it a little bit because it does tie into like the philosophy around this game, where it is an interesting one to compare to the likes of Donkey Kong Bonanza and like Mario Odyssey. It does in a lot of ways feel like a lesser platformer, but then to take it a step further, our value proposition that we've been talking about here the entire time hinders on us owning the Nintendo Switch 1 version. This game is $80 fucking bucks. This game is $10 more expensive than Donkey Kong Bonanza if you're a brand new Switch owner.
That's crazy.
Isn't that fucking crazy?
What? That is fucking crazy.
Yeah,
no buy. That's a no buy for me then.
That's a crazy fucking ask. It feels that is still just a little shocking because it's a little bit like this is one of the first times that we're really seeing that. We haven't had many $80 games yet, and I get the idea of like it does feel like $20 more content, and it is kind of an asterisk where it's like it's actually like a Game of the Year edition or like a deluxe edition type thing because it's a game bundled with DLC, and the retail was originally $60 on the previous console, and like the waters are very muddy here, and I'm sure in the future they're hoping to find a way where they can pull this thing down, even though Nintendo's scared of dropping their prices on things. Like I feel like this is a tough one to have when you're looking at the catalog of like, what game do you want to play? You can play Mario for fucking $60, you can play Donkey Kong for $70, or you can play $80 for Kirby, and it's a fucking upgraded version of the last generations. Is a tough look.
That's a strange move.
Are you saying don't buy it for $80, Jake?
I mean, I would buy it for $80, but it's just
I'm a Kirby fan, so I would too.
Same. Like, it's a different experience. That's a whole fucking podcast is how different of a platformer and how different of an experience Kirby and the Forgotten Land is versus Mario Odyssey.
Well,
like if you
something to consider though, like, I mean, one, the soundtrack is amazing, by the way. I love the soundtrack for this game. It's incredible. The whole song at the beginning that plays at the beginning, I forget there's like a whole entry to the world, and it's just so happy. It makes me, I just love it. I love the vibe so much. But another thing is there's co-op. Like this is a two-person game. You can play on the couch with somebody. So like there's not a lot of experiences like that where you could play with some like the whole full game like with somebody. So that's pretty rare.
Better co-op experience than Cat
$40 each,
you know, in Mario Odyssey.
I know, but that still sucks.
Now we're finding discounts. Still sucks, but that song that plays, the main song, has this part where it goes like me, 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 and then it does other stuff. But those first 3 notes are identical to the fucking chorus of the intro to Perfect Strangers, where it's like rising tall on the wings of my dreams.
Oh my god!
It fucks me up every time. This happened to me years ago when I played it for the first time, and it's happening again now. You have to listen to them side by side. It's absolutely insane.
Okay, I will do that. We have one final question. This one is for Jerica. This is a write-in from Steve Siragusa from Iowa City, Iowa. Steve asks, Jerica, do you know Kirby's politics?
He's sucking everybody. That's all I'll say.
Right.
Don't trust him.
He's sucking people.
Everyone's getting
both
sucked.
Sides. Wow.
Yeah, he's just getting wherever he can suck, he's sucking.
Wherever he can get it, he's fucking getting it. Next up, to move away from Kirby, Jake, I want to hear about Gears of War with Marcus Phoenix. Gears of War Reloaded. I think you're the only one here that's been playing this. Tell me about it.
Yeah, I played the entire first act of this on launch day in the afternoon, just hours after it came out. And it's Gears of War, man. And that's fine. This does not reinvent the wheel, and it's interesting to me, I guess personally, how little of a splash it's having, just because I was never big on the Gears of War multiplayer. I think I did some horde mode with some of my friends, but I'm also not huge in cover-based shooters either. But I liked my Gears of War franchise historically, and I think of this first game, my memories with it fondly. Thing is that I played it when it came out in 2006, and then I played it co-op with a buddy in probably 2007, and I played the remaster that came out in 2015, and now I'm playing the remaster again in 2025. And I'm like, oh yeah, I do know the beats of this game. That is fine. And like, I think I'm getting diminishing returns every time I experience it. And in 10 years, when they put out Gears of War Reloaded, I am going to probably think even less of it then as well. It is a fun game. It earns its place in time. This is a nice coat of paint on it, but it's not much to write home about. If you're looking for Gears of War, it's a good place to find it. Very cool that it's on PlayStation. Very cool that it has crossplay. I think the fact that you can play this for the first time is probably a much different experience, and I do think that gameplay-wise, it does hold up in a lot of ways.
Would you agree with earlier in this trailer when it says that Gears of War changed gaming forever? I don't think I agree with that.
I think a little bit, yeah. I think it was like the dawn of 360 multiplayer and introducing horde mode or popularizing horde mode probably changed gaming forever.
And even like the over the shoulder and sort of like the whole mechanic of using cover to duck, peek, and like, I mean, I haven't played in a long time, but I feel like that whenever I see just what do you call it? Like it's sort of over the shoulder, off to the side a little bit, like that. I've never seen that view before, like on my character in a game. So like that's a pretty cool sort of thing. I feel like it led with. I don't know.
Gears of War definitely changed gaming forever. I think Gears of War brings a lot to the table. Things that I think Gears of War is iconic for. I think Marcus Phoenix is a fucking icon. He's a system seller. I think that he's been underutilized probably since Gears of War 3 and mishandled like most of Microsoft's IP since that time frame. But he's got the opportunity. He's a wide boy, you know? Then you add
all wide. They're
so wide. Their
ankles are like the size of my house. Like
yeah, it's crazy. Big necks.
Big necks.
Chainsaw gun. Revolutionizing video games. Like I think that's a fucking huge like cultural landmark. That chainsaw fucking gun.
That's
Ready?
definitely one of the weapons you hear on a top 10 list. I feel like every time.
I forgot what it's called, but I definitely know that it's a name. P-Swag. What's it called?
I want to call it the Berserker.
It's something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe it starts with a C. Chainsaw gun. What's it called? You're gonna find out. I'm gonna tell
Gears
you
of War,
the Lancer.
Chainsaw.
That sounds
Lancer,
right. That
damn
sounds
it.
right.
I had the
Heroic headgear.
I had
Yep.
the right.
The Lancer.
Here's you guys ready?
Where's my
Active
Lancer?
reload. Active
Yeah, that
reload.
was cool. I forgot about
Sure.
that. That's fun. I think that's
For
I
sure.
think that's a cool mechanic to have because you're always having to
Active
multitask
reload.
between like
Big.
fighting and like properly at the perfect time reloading your gun feels so good.
And then getting the
does.
powered up shots because of it. Then
Yeah.
ready? I think that puts us at 3. For 4, let's count my horde mode that I mentioned. I want to mention the fucking trucking run, like the crazy run and like the speed of it where the camera goes behind you and it gets real shaky and you kind of lose your point of view because you're at a disadvantage for moving in that way. I think is unique to Gears of War at that time and has been emulated since. I think its cover mechanics were better than anything that we had seen. Jerica, you were touching on that. And then somebody said it in the chat, Hammer of fucking Dawn, baby.
What a name.
Incredible. It's the second best name in all of Microsoft fiction. Number 2 is the Hammer of Dawn weapon. Number 1 is the spaceship Truth and Reconciliation.
Sure. It's very good.
I don't make the rules, man.
I just wonder.
I don't know that I've been convinced that it changed gaming forever, but the needle has been moved a little bit.
Sure.
Jerica, what were you
I
saying?
think,
Sorry.
yeah, after this conversation, sort of forgot, like, I mean, I played all 3. I played anything beyond 3, but I remember having a great time. And yeah, to the point you made, Jake, like, I think a lot of cinematic and just like creative, like, innovations happen with this game that did influence probably a lot of games. But I'm just curious. Well, I know there's a new one coming, and I haven't really followed it too closely, but
Sure.
I just wonder if will this ever be one of those games that just everyone is talking about again? Will this have its God of War moment at any point in time? Like, I just don't see it.
I think so. I think
Okay.
that it's God of War moment very well maybe. I'm not positive. They could fuck this up really badly. But just watching the opening of this game got me really hyped for E-Day because I was talking about how they kind of like they told Microsoft did this thing with a lot of franchises do this, but they kind of like wrote themselves into a corner with Marcus Phoenix. They tried to fucking reboot and retool and made like old grizzled Marcus Phoenix and did a little bit of a time jump. And then you're playing as Marcus's fucking kid. And then he's a side character, but he's in your squad, but he's not really in this game. This is about the new squad. It was a real Spartan Locke situation going on in Gears 4 and Gears 5. And they're a little bit fucked on that, right? But this game opens up ironclad. They show a fucking new and untested Marcus Phoenix, and it shows fucking E-Day for like 1 second. E-Day, for those of the uninitiated, Emergence Day, the day the aliens attacked. Iconic
Emerged
time.
from underground.
Correct. That's my bad. Then they say 14 years later. 14 years is a fucking big span of time, which I think is a really fucking rad
15.
way. Yes, you're so right. I think there's enough time to tell some cool stories there. I could picture Gears of War E-Day having almost like a God of War 2018 moment where if that game looks fucking crazy visually and they do some changes, I think some big swings to make it differentiate at least from those first 5 Gears of War games, 6 if you include Judgment, it could have its moment.
I don't know that we ever have a bigger moment for Gears than Gears of War 2, personally. Like the lead up to Gears of War 2, because Gears 1 was a hit. Like, no question at all. Probably at the time, maybe the most impressed I'd ever been graphically from a video game before. And so, but it was the thing, you know, it's simple in ways. And it's like it leaves you wanting a bit by the end of that game, by the time
Gears
you get credits.
2.
So getting up to 2, it was like there was so much hype leading into 2. And I think it hit it, but I feel like from my memory, past 2, Gears has just always been on the downward trend, stock-wise.
Yeah. 3 was fine. 2 has that fucking sweet spoiler moment. You know what I'm talking about? The big story beat in that game that I think stood out. That was the talk of town around the fucking water cooler, which I really liked. I think it was pretty interesting.
With Dom?
Yeah.
Classic.
Very dope shit. And then I did a lot of that on stream. But
good.
I don't know. I think let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
Do you remember the name of the fucking villain in Gears of War 1?
Fuck no.
Can you picture him?
Juice.
I can picture him. I can see him.
Juicy.
You're not
another
far off.
motherfucker.
Juice is pretty good guest. Yeah. Great.
Yeah, I don't know. Tell me.
General Ram, dude.
Ram, that's right.
General Ram. Very dope. Man, I think Gears of War needs an iconic fucking villain for E-Day. That anchors Gears of War.
For sure. Jake, final question before we talk about our last game. Do you know General Ram's politics?
I think he's hangs to the right, as it turns out.
You are not wrong. Jake, this next game we're talking about, Lumines Arise. This is a game that we learned about a little while ago. It's from the creators of Tetris Effect, correct?
Yeah, well, it originates, correct. Yeah, the developers also make Tetris Effect.
Okay. And they shadow dropped us a little demo situation because this game comes out November something, 11th maybe?
11th, yeah.
And I turn over, get the sleep out of my eyes. I see a notification from my phone. You saying something just outlandish, I'm sure, in your Go Live, saying you're playing Lumines Arise. I'm like, what the fuck are we talking about, Lumines Arise? This is the week of Metal Gear, Kirby, and fucking Gears of War and fucking Shinobi. Not Lumines, but it was Lumines. Jake, tell us about your experience with the demo. And also, Jerica, have you played this at all, the demo?
Nope.
No. Okay.
Nope.
Yeah, listen, housekeeping on Lumines, because I feel like it is worth noting, but it is a limited demo distributed as a beta, so you can only play it, I think, like this weekend or through like September 2nd or something like that. So if you're listening, run, don't walk, and it is worth your fucking time, even if you've never played Lumines before. It is a puzzle game that has crazy fucking music. If you've played Tetris Effect, you know how important Tetris, the music and the vibes are to Tetris Effect. However, technically, it has nothing to fucking do with the way that you play Tetris. Tetris can be enjoyed without the music, right? You can play Tetris on silent on your Game Boy and have a great time playing Tetris. Lumines is a music-based puzzle game in the first place. So there's some rhythm to it, and there is something about like tempo and beat and kind of keeping things together that intrinsically makes this arguably a better fit for the developers here. And it is flexed in such a crazy fucking way. It is unreal. This game is so fucking good. Even if you're not familiar with Lumines, I urge you to go play this game if you like music or puzzles or cool video game visuals, I guess. This game rules, man. Rules.
I have played through the demo twice now, and
Shit.
because I loved Tetris Effect. I totally agree with High School Weekly in the chat. Tetris Effect in VR, spiritual experience. The first time I played that, I couldn't believe what I had just played. It was so fucking cool, and how much like music matters. And to your point, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter in Tetris Effect. It just really heightens the experience. I didn't realize because I've only played Lumines a little bit on the PlayStation Vita years and years ago. And I've just I don't speak the language of Lumines yet because it is a language. Like it is such a different, it looks like it could be a Tetris and it really isn't. I didn't realize the music mattered. And I think now I'm going to go play it a third time and actually do more than just be paying attention to the music because it's good music. I didn't realize that. That's so interesting.
It's just the way in that it doesn't matter all that much. I find that it's almost
okay.
Well, here's the thing: the bar moves to the tempo of the music that's playing, so that's how it kind of like swipes across the side. So it'll be faster or slower depending on what you're doing. And for me, I'm always just doom, doom, like dropping things with the tempo because this game, more than Tetris Effect, fucking thumps, man. At least on this sampling of these three games, like if like Tetris Effect is like a vibey night on acid, this is a wild night on ecstasy, you know?
Correct.
I think that's a really I think that's like the way to put it. Like this is like it is fucking intense beats going on.
For someone that maybe can't thump, you know, not really strong with my rhythm thumping, you know what I'm saying? I I suck at rhythm games. Is this something that maybe you could still get into? Is it? Oh, I don't know if it's one of the harder, more skill-based like rhythm games because I suck at rhythm games. I suck. So bad.
Not really a rhythm game. Like I think I maybe pitched that incorrectly. I got Patrick excited thinking that he was gonna have a revelation when he played it, thinking about the music a little bit more. This is more of like a puzzle game that is just centered around the idea of like the music keeping the flow of how things are eliminated on the field. But this is very much like it's just a puzzle game, and the core of it is you're rotating 4 panels. So you might have like white and black panels, and if you have 3 whites and 1 black, where do you want the black panel to be? You'll rotate it one of 4 ways to put it in a space. Then when you go to drop it into that space, you're trying to create blocks of 4. However, if you drop that 2x2 block half on like a spire of blocks that already exist, and then another block or 2 down is the next spire, your blocks will separate and they'll fall. So there is like a visual that you sort of need to unlock in your head of like, okay, my black is 2 pieces in the sky, my white is 1 piece in the sky. If it drops from there to there, it's going to land right next to those and then make
That's
those
the
bricks.
language I don't speak yet.
Okay.
It's way harder to unlock than a basic move. Mastering the basic move in Luminous is the equivalent of mastering the T-spin in Tetris. It's a much more complex system to like wrap your head around. And then once you get it, it's so fucking insane. I would say that it's also not really like riding a bike too, because I used to be kind of mean with Luminous, and I was always kind of mean with Tetris. I'm all right with Tetris, but I didn't lose my Tetris knowledge. I feel like over the years when I didn't play it, Luminous, I've lost my touch fucking completely. It's a bad time. But yeah, the stuff that people are doing at like a higher level, and where I know that I'll get to by the end of like a full playthrough of Lumines Arise, looks so fucking satisfying, man.
Yeah,
Patrick, are you not so hot on it?
No, I'm liking it. I'm really bad at it, and I want to get better at it. Right. But the vibe is so fucking immaculate that I want to get better at it. And like by the time I finish the demo for the second time, because it's only like 30 minutes to get through the demo, something like that, maybe like 40. I did a lot better the second time, but I still struggled. I never died. At least I'll at least give myself that. But I think both times I never got more than a combo of 1, because I don't even know how to do combos yet. Like I don't understand. It tried to tell me, but I didn't understand it. I'm just still trying to understand, because like with Tetris, you see the S or the Z, or you see the T or the square, and you already have 7 ideas of what you can do with those pieces based on your board. With this, you'll see a 4 that's all one color, or it might be split in half, or it'll be like an X, or it'll be a 3 and a 1, or like there's so many things, and I don't, other than like split in half and a 4 stack, I don't understand what to do with them yet in a way that like serves me past 1 drop. And so that's what I'm trying to figure out. And in hindsight now, I understand what you're saying about the beat, because with the way that the swipe works, there have been times when I have gotten, I guess, offbeat, I could say. And it keeps being like, I drop the thing and I like go to start building it, but then it immediately swipes it. I need to like slow down to get it. But I've not found those grooves yet, but I'm really interested in doing that more.
Yeah, I think you'll like it. And I think the way that like I use the beat in practice to, I guess, circle back now, because I said that it wasn't a rhythm game, and then I said it was a rhythm game, and then I said it wasn't, and now I want to just kind of explain where it comes into play. Is like as the thing goes to the tempo and it does like a full bar, so it's like 1, 2, 3, 4 is your full swipe across the map or whatever, right? And it resets. And the way that I sort of use it is like as it's going through, I will use that opportunity to like, as it passes a certain point, to smash my fucking piece down right after that, to kind of like keep it on the, I guess, the most time that I could possibly have to operate before it clears again. Because the idea is like, it's a timing based game. You can survive very easily and just take your time to just like push things down slowly and have them fall. But what you want to do is you want to build like big combos of clears. The way that you build those big combos is by maximizing the amount of time that you have between the clears. So if you smash down your 4 pieces together and the fucking bar is about to go past, you're just gonna get credit for those 4. But if you wait for the bar to pass, then smash it down, and you get those 4 that are now highlighted, like they're going to be eliminated when the bar goes past it next time, you now still have like these 3 fucking like doof, doof, doof in your head, where I can go make fucking 3 more squares either next to it or expand this one another 2, and then that swipe will take out 8 pieces instead of 4 pieces, which is... Luminous is such a fucking fun thing on your brain. I would recommend digging into it. If you're not feeling just doing the same 3 songs over and over, Luminous Remastered is included in PS Plus and a fucking banger.
Oh, nice. Okay. Do you speak music, Jake? Like, do you like time signatures and shit, or no?
Yeah, a little bit. It's mostly gone. I was like in the orchestra for violin. I played for 3 years.
This might be a High Score Weekly question, because I know he's in the chat right now. Do we know, is it only ever, like what you described would be 4/4, like duh, 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 duh. Does the tempo change of the swipe ever? Or is it always like a basic, like 4 beat? Do you know? That might be a High Score
Weekly. I don't know, but I
bet he would know.
I would assume that's going to fucking happen in this game, if not already.
Okay.
But I don't know for a fact. That just feels like something they do, because they do that in Tetris all the time, in effect.
Sure.
Where they'll have songs that get fucking crazy, and then they slow down, let you breathe, and clear out your pieces, and then...
Yeah. It's usually 4/4. I can't recall different time signatures in the original. Okay. Interesting. Because that, I mean, they could fuck you up if they start bringing in different time signatures than just the basic... What everyone would think. Like, if someone's like, count on the beat, everyone's going to do 4/4. That's like the one that everyone knows.
Sure.
This is a podcast within a podcast. Time signatures with Patrick. No, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, finally.
I'm joking. I do have one final question, Jake.
Yeah.
The Shadow Man.
Wait,
of
I got to tell a story. No. Oh, his politics?
This is politics. Tell me about it.
I got to tell you about my politics first.
Yeah? All right, let's talk about it.
So I've been playing a lot of Tetris 99 lately. And... how should I? Okay, I'll set this up this way first. I'm gonna give you. We're gonna go end of the story. Like I'm gonna do the middle of the story first, then the beginning of the story, then the end of the story. So brace yourself. Middle of the story is I'm playing Luminous an hour after it was shadow dropped in a, early access demo, and I have one returning chatter, one of the developers that came in because they also developed Humanity when I was streaming Humanity the day that it came out. Very nice guy, has popped in a couple times since then, works for the company. He's there. A first-time chatter, another developer for the game, who is just like kind of talking about some of the stuff they're working on. And then friend of the show, Sushi Drew, another streamer who was hired by them to make the like demo tutorial video that you can find on their official YouTube channel. It's so fucking good. It's like an 11-minute video that just kind of walks you through the paces of like how to play and how to understand Luminous. You should watch it. It's very good. Yeah, very good shit.
Very cool.
They're all 3 in the chat. Now, flash back to a couple days ago. I'm playing Tetris 99, and I'm saying out loud, I'm cooking. I'm fucking dropping pieces. You know what I mean? Like I'm starting to get things. I'm clearing lines. I go, I'm cooking, and then I say, I'm cleaning because I'm cleaning these lines. I'm getting the lines, cleared in Tetris. I'm cooking and cleaning. Should we call this trad wifing? Because I'm just, doing those normal roles. So at the end,
so yeah, that's your politics, is what you're saying.
My normal at the end. No, this is. Oh yeah, I framed that wrong. No, it's not mine. It's just a funny joke. At the end of the Luminous stream, what the developers were saying that they're gonna get out of here, they're gonna go do some other stuff, and I was like, hey, before you guys go, thoughts on this term. When I'm doing well in the puzzle game and I'm getting a lot of the things to clear, I'm kind of cooking, I'm doing well, but I'm also like cleaning the lines, I'm cleaning the boxes out, cooking and cleaning. What would you think about calling it trad wifing? And I took a screenshot. They said, we will not be making that a canonical term. I'm leaving now.
Yeah.
So you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
So essentially, we had an absolute easy slam dunk Lumines Arise devs on drop in, drop out. And now that chance is gone completely.
No way, they're rad. I bet they'll come on.
Okay, we'll see. I would love to talk to them because I'm so obsessed so far.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Any final thoughts on any of the games we've shared before we leave?
I have a prediction. Anything? You ready for it?
Yeah.
My prediction is Patrick will buy Shinobi. He will play it for 2 hours. He'll say, I want to put more time into it. He won't find time for approximately 3 weeks, at which point he'll go back in for 1 hour, not talk about it, and at the end of the year, when Cog brings up Shinobi, he'll say it didn't grab him.
Okay. We'll see.
Write it down.
We'll see. Now I have complete power here. I can just completely... Oh, he's still here. I can completely just demolish your prediction because... but I'm going to... We'll see. We'll see.
Just let it play out the way it would play out. As fate would have it. There's no way around this one, I fear.
Yeah.
I love it.
Can I have a prediction real quick?
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh.
I predict Jake will play it.
Hold on.
My bad. Yeah.
All
right, I think Jake will play it further. He will really, really like it. And then the internet will talk about it a lot. And he will pull a complete 180 and say it's the worst thing he's played this year.
No. This game wishes the internet would talk about it a lot.
I think he only does that for Expedition 33.
It's almost like that was a joke. Oh my god, thanks.
Get this guy fucking out of here, dude. I have a prediction that me and Jerica are gonna start a new podcast and just talk about pizza, and you guys aren't invited.
Oh yeah,
I'm so down. Like I really had to stop myself from talking about pizza because like I can go down a rabbit hole with pizza.
Now that we made it through the whole podcast without bringing in pre-show bits, and now that we're at the end, we can tease anybody that listened after the fact about our pre-show where we talked about pizza and just popped off at the mouth for 20 minutes, and you guys didn't even know about that until now. And if you're dying for more drop-in, drop-out content, you have to come hang out live on Twitch sometime between 7:50 p.m. and 8:30 p.m. on Thursdays.
Somewhere. I think this went well. I think we got to see some sweet B-roll. We got to bring in Shadow Cog. It was great. Jerica, Jake, thanks for joining me tonight here on twitch.tv/drop-in-drop-out-pod to talk about all the hottest video games on the market right now. You can find us everywhere on the internet at drop-in-drop-out-pod, or you can go to dropindropoutpod.com. You can join the Discord. Tonight's episode wasn't very Discord forward. Typically, we have some questions that we ask the audience to chime in on, and we share those throughout the episode via the Discord, but that didn't happen tonight. Blame it on the whiskey, blame it on anything, but whatever you do, don't blame it on Jake. We will be back next week, both with a Mafia the Old Country review and spoiler cast with myself, Gianni, and Shay Noel, and we will be doing a podcast right here on Thursday, twitch.tv/
Silk Song
Dropout Pod. Silk Song. Is it going to be Game of the Year? We'll see. We'll see. Jake, as you so often say, this is the time when we look at the camera and we wave goodbye.